Another question we get this time of year especially is shopping safety. And people are out and about, and we do hear, unfortunately, of instances where people have been overtaken by someone in an attempt to take their purse or sometimes take their vehicle, and we want to make sure that that does not happen. One of the things I think we'll start out is just as we're on our way and we're shopping and we're on our way to the mall or the store, keeping a safe distance in front of the car in front of you is very important. A lot of times when we stop at traffic lights, we get right up to the bumper in front of us. And sometimes what will happen is that a criminal will look, and they're looking for a couple of things. They're trying to find a driver that is boxed in to where they can't move, and they're trying to find a driver who is not really paying attention. They may be texting, they may be on a cell phone, they're looking down, they're fumbling for something. Those are two things that a bad guy is attracted to. And the reason is they want to come up to that car very quickly. And just because the car is locked and the window is up is not really a deterrent to them. They will simply break the window, which is very easy to break if you have the right tool, and they'll reach in and they'll grab whatever it is that they want to get. In some cases it's a purse, or it could be a watch, or whatever it is that they're trying to get, and a lot of times they'll hurt the person operating the vehicle in order to achieve that goal. So one of the things you can stop them from even looking at your vehicle is you keep a safe distance in front of you to where you have some maneuverability in the event of an emergency situation, and you can literally drive away from it. Number two is that you stay alert and you stay focused, especially when you're at stoplights. A lot of times we think it's a good time to get things done, but from a safety standpoint, it's really the worst. It's the time you have to be looking around and being observant, not waiting for a crime to occur, but just the fact that you're observant, your head is up, and you're looking left to right, and you're paying attention to your surroundings gives the bad guy the understanding that there's really no way I can approach that car and surprise that individual and get that objective and get whatever it is he's after. So those two things, being alert and keeping a good buffer zone, is important. Once you're shopping, we always recommend you shop with a friend. There are safety in numbers, and most of the time when people are attacked and a pocketbook is stolen or something happens, more times than not they're by themselves or they have small children with them. And the bad guy sees that, and again, he is going to apply the same work ethic to being a bad guy as he does in life. He's a lazy guy, and he's going to go for the easiest target he possibly can with the least resistance. When he sees 2 or 3 or 4 people walking together, that's just too much risk in most situations. So shopping in numbers and being with numbers when you go out with friends, etc., is a good thing. Also, if you're shopping during the day and you think you're going to be in a mall, for example, for several hours, and when you come out it may be dark, we always urge you to park as close as you can to the actual storefront, and we all want to do that. Sometimes that's not very possible, but in any case, if you're going to be shopping during the day and you're going to come out at nighttime, look at where the light posts are and see if you can park near a light post so that when you come out at night, you have a very lighted area to which you can get your car. Also, have your keys ready before you even leave the store. So the keys are in your hand. So again, your head's not down. You're not fumbling through your purse or digging through your pockets to try to find your keys. Your keys are in your hand, ready to go. If you do carry a chemical agent, like a mace that we were talked about earlier, now is a good time for you to have that probably attached to your key ring and have that in your hand ready to go. And again, you don't have to display it or walk through a parking lot showing it to anybody, but you could actually hold it down to where you're capable of protecting yourself if you have to. It's just a habit you've gotten into, and it's ready to use as a car key as well. So it's right there at your disposal. You don't have to look for it in case you were attacked. The other thing is a lot of stores are very friendly in the fact that they will be happy to walk you to your car, especially during times of darkness, or if you're just a little nervous and you're by yourself, and you can let the clerk know at the desk that you'd like to be escorted out by security personnel or store personnel if at all possible. And generally you might have to wait a minute or two, but they're very kind, and most stores will oblige you and will walk you out to your car and then walk back. So that's something you may want to consider as well. But also, when you're, especially for women, we do get a lot of purse thefts where people will go into bathrooms and they'll reach over and just grab the purse that's hanging on the hook and pull it and run. And so we would recommend that you not put valuables on the hooks that are on the back of the stall doors, and you not put the purse on the floor capable of where someone can see it and easily reach around and grab it and run. And that will happen certain times too. So we want you to keep your purse or your valuables closer to you where they cannot be reached by someone outside of the stall. There's a tremendous amount of of credit card fraud and credit card theft out there today. And one of the ways we can protect ourselves is first by making sure that we truly need those particular credit cards. A lot of times people will have 14, 15, 16 different credit cards and they only use one or two at any given time. So you want to make sure that you have really in your possession just the credit cards that you really need. The credit cards that you do have, you want to make sure that you check on those accounts frequently and make sure you don't see any purchases that are not appropriate or not correct. And if you do see those, you report those right away so they can cancel that card and give you a new card. Also, a lot of times the credit card itself, you want to try to watch it physically. When you're shopping, you want to see what the clerk does with the card. Keep an eye on that. Almost pretend that I know you've taken the credit card out and given it to the clerk in some cases. In some cases, you run it yourself where it stays in your possession, which we prefer. But in other cases, the clerk will ask for it and they'll run it through the machine. Watch it almost as if it's your wallet itself. Take a look at what the clerk does with it. In some cases, what you'll notice is that a clerk will run it through a machine, a primary machine, and run it through a secondary machine, known as a skimmer. And that is where the clerk will actually have some private device attached where he'll run it or she'll run it through a secondary device and it will collect credit card numbers. And then all of a sudden that's where the identity theft happens and the credit card theft happens. And they get paid a certain amount of money for every credit card number that they can give to a bad organization that does this kind of thing. So you just want to kind of keep your eye. I know it's busy, you've got packages going through and you're watching things, you may have children with you, but when you hand that credit card over, if you have to, keep an eye on it until that transaction is completed and it's back safely in your wallet.